And my name is Michael Keegan-Dolan in English, Micheál Mac Éigean Ó Dolan in Irish. I'm here at the Cork Opera House with our new creation, Déag, Seachtó, Cúig, our 1975, inspired by the brilliant Bothy Band recording, 1975, recorded in 1975. I was so happy to have met Lorraine at the show in Cork, and when she asked me about doing it here, the answer took about half a second for me. And I just said, yeah, absolutely, I want to be here. First of all, we've expanded the cast. We've 7 dancers, which really changes the energetic dynamics. It feels much more epic, more expansive. There's a lot of builds in the choreography. You have one dancer come in, then another, then another. I think they work a lot better with 7 than with 5. We have much more space, so we've had to design also a kind of a frame for the piece. So we had these beautiful curtains designed and built in Italy. They arrived a few weeks ago and we're just kind of playing with them now. In Cork at the studio, we have very simple lighting, but here we have kind of full lighting situation going on, and some of the scenes just look extraordinarily beautiful. Well, it's such an individual thing, isn't it? The experience of theatre, and that's what I love about it. You know, you can have one person who has out-of-body experience, who's like blissful, and then another person who's completely perplexed. So I don't tend to anticipate, you know, a universal response. But what I like about the show is it makes me feel joyful, or it makes me remember what it was to feel joyful. So I feel really happy working on the show and watching the show. And in particular, I feel really alive listening to the recording and the kind of the masterful playing. You know, in Ireland in 1975, I was 6. And all my brothers who were older than me and my sisters were all anticipating emigrating. You know, money was really hard to find. There was a really dark and violent situation up in the north of Ireland. But somehow we got, you know, we kind of plowed on through it. We just kept going. And at the end, you know, there were really good and prosperous times and happy times. So I like to think that we can be inspired by our parents, our grandparents who survived these difficult times so that we could live. And I think it's good to remember that in these kind of dark and challenging times.